Have you ever heard a story of a young millionaire who made a lot of money, but they just couldn't retain that wealth? And a lot of these millionaires, young millionaires, are making a lot of money, but they don't know how to maintain their wealth. Making money and building wealth are two different games. You can be very great at generating cash flow, but terrible at maintaining your net worth and multiplying your net worth. So this is a concept from this book called Psychology of Money. I've been reading this book for a while now. So there's this chapter called, let me just check it out. Getting wealthy versus staying wealthy. A lot of the people in this generation focus on getting wealthy, but people overlook the importance of staying wealthy. And if you are going to skip this, it's going to be coming at you later when you can't budget well, when you don't know why you spend so much, all of these things, and how much should you spend and how much should you invest. This book lays the basic foundation for that, and today we're going to go over a little bit of that, the actual practical stuff. So if we go over page 55, that's where this chapter starts. This book is really well written, by the way. Let me just read the starting summary of this. There are a million ways to get wealthy and plenty of books on how to do so. But there's only one way to stay wealthy. Some combination of frugality and paranoia. And that's a topic we don't discuss enough. Let's begin with a story of about two investors, neither of whom knew the other, but so this is a basic story and yada yada yada. But basically, if we read certain things, planning is important, but the most important part of every plan is to plan on the plan not going according to the plan. So a lot of these people that make a lot of money, they don't budget. They don't make plans to allocate their cash and invest it somewhere continuously. So uh, the best format to do this, I think, if you're starting on getting making money and everything, especially if you're young, I believe you should be aggressive with investing in the market because you have time. That's the biggest leverage. And there's a thing in investing is that you need to invest at least 7 years before judging your returns. So in investing, of course, returns are not, you can't predict them, but over the span of 7 to 10 years, it's going to be much likely that you're going to be in profit. But the main thing is understand how to spend your money. That's a skill that people don't understand, and they spend their money on useless stuff that feel good to spend money on right now, but it just fades away like that. And this is what the entire book is about, the psychology of money, like why we spend money on stupid shit. And once you understand this, you understand that you don't need to make a lot of money, like millions of dollars, to be genuinely fulfilled and have freedom. You need to make enough, and you need to understand how to allocate that cash flow and build real wealth. Wealth is a lot about mindset and very little about how much cash you make. The thing is, there could be a person who makes $100,000 a month and a person who makes $5,000 a month, and within a decade, they both could be on completely different paths. One could be having a genuinely wealthy stock portfolio of, let's say, $500,000, and that's 5K cash flow person, and one could be in $500,000 debt. And there are so many stories of millionaires going bankrupt You can search it up online how many millionaires go bankrupt because they just let greed make them forget why they started their journey in the first place, and that's to get freedom, not money. Money gives you freedom, but too much money, it it, it brings up greed, and greed is the biggest enemy. Yeah, that was all for this video. Getting wealthy is not equal to staying wealthy, so you need to understand how to allocate your cash flow to build real wealth.